Decor. Welcome back. If you are new here, thank you so much for joining us. If you are returning, you already know it. You are fabulous. All right, so today's video, we're going to be doing some more Valentine's DIYs. I am so excited about these. They turned out so good. Super cute. Can't wait for y'all to see these, so let's jump right in. Welcome everybody. So I hope that everybody has been doing great. I hope that y'all are ready for some really cute, super inexpensive DIYs. All right, so this first one here, I have got two canvases that my sister-in-law actually picked up from, and y'all, now I say my sister-in-law, you do realize that it's just my boyfriend, but we've been together for so darn long that I call his sister my sister-in-law, and like his mom, my mother-in-law, you know, whatever, because we're all family. So anyways, she got these frames from the Goodwill, $3.99 a piece, and we're going to be doing this DIY in particular for her. So what I did was take the canvases off. Now, I sped this up because I just took a box cutter, sliced down real close to where the staples were, and then I was able to pull the canvas off of it. Not worrying about the staples on the back. It'll be on the wall and nobody will ever see them. So I have got Gorilla wood glue and some zip ties. Now, I just added my wood glue, and I don't work with wood glue that often, so I don't know a whole lot about it. So I smeared it in. I'm not sure if that helps or not, but hey, whatever. Every little bit helps, right? So I took those zip ties, and in my mind, I thought, okay, I'll just zip tie these on, and then in the morning, we'll be ready to rock, you know? So that's what I did. I just zip tied them dudes down. It held it together great. Now, I'm going to take these hearts that I got from the Dollar Tree. No. I got those from the Dollar General store. Yes. Waverly chalk paint in the color crimson and also white. I've got some styrofoam, just the round pieces that you get at the Dollar Tree. I had them stacked together, glued together in another DIY, but I took them out and just stabbed those hearts down in there. They were on skewers, so I was able to stab them down in there and then paint them like that standing up. And it was fairly easy, you know. Now, I did have a little trouble on one, but now I just pulled the ribbon that was actually on there off. I did take that off and just paint the heart. That's all I wanted was the heart. Super simple, nothing to it. Now, we're going to take plaster, chalk paint by Waverly, and I'm just going to cover this entire thing with inside, outside, every nook and cranny with that plaster. But I did give it a rough paint job. You know, not a full-on good solid coat. It was just a rough job because I'm going to go back and sand it. Now, I've got this wreath form that I got from the Goodwill. It had a bunch of glue on it, y'all. It was awful. It was like yellow and everywhere. All right, so I've got this greenery. It comes from Amazon. I'll have a link in the description box for it, but it actually comes with a powder coating. Like, you have to take it out and shake it before you use it, because that's how realistic it looks as far as like a good quality eucalyptus. I buy it in the garland because you get 6 foot. You get 2 strands of 6 foot. And look, I mean, it's pretty thick, pretty full on its own, as you can see there. And it's only like $15 for 12 feet of it. Yeah, it's 6 feet on 2 different strands, but it's a garland. So you have to cut it, you know, to whatever you want to put it in. But I love it. I use it all the time. I've probably bought it about, I don't know, many times I've bought this. All right, so I took some twine, and I'm just going to tie this on here. Now, I did this because she may want to change this out, you know, so I didn't want to go adding a whole lot of hot glue on the other side of it since we're using the clean side. That way, if she wants to do something different, we can. So I just took the twine, cut me off a little piece, and then proceeded to tie this all the way around that wreath form. I would do it about every 6 or 8 inches, I'd say. But I just continued that all the way around. This turns out awesome, y'all. Oh my goodness. I love it. Like, for real. Like, it makes me, it has made me want one in my house. So, look at there. All right, so that went around 1.5 times. I only had a little bit left in the bag, and look, it was just enough, y'all. Are you believing that? Little things like that, I think, are totally blessings from the Lord. Like, those are little parts of our day to be like, oh, Thank you, Jesus. You know what I mean? Like, he does things just to, you just got to see it. You got to be looking for it. All right. Now, I took some burlap that I got from burlapfabric.com. I'll leave a link in the description box for them. There's also a discount code, so be sure and check that out. Now, I just took this burlap and it is seamed on each side, so I don't have to worry about it fraying or anything. It's going to hold this on really good because it's super quality burlap. I took it, flipped the thing over. I find my placement of where I want this. Now, and I just eyeballed it to measure it out when I went to cut it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just pulled it on there and then cut. I'm going to add some hot glue. I figured with the 50 million staples that were on the back of this thing that a little hot glue would not hurt. And if we do decide to change out the burlap, it's not that hard to get that off. You know what I mean? As far as off of the, get the burlap off there. It'll be totally fine. We can do it. I've got my green little, green, Lord have mercy. I'm colorblind too, I guess. I've got my blue little mat there that I use when I do burlap. That thing works good. I had a viewer actually send me that. All right, now I took those hearts and I just snipped those off at the bottom of them where they would be about 3 inches long, I guess, 4 inches long, something like that, so that I could just tuck those into the grapevine wreath. I just added this to give her a little bit of Valentine's, but I don't know that she really I don't know if she goes all out or anything. So I thought I'll just add a couple little hearts and this will be super cute and give her a little bit of Valentine's at the same time. I really, really think she's going to love it. Check that out. Oh, I'm so jealous. I want one of my own now. I love it. Before we go any further, I would like to give a huge thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Okay, so Skillshare is an online learning community that offers thousands of online classes that are built perfectly for your everyday real life. So whether you are wanting to brush up on some techniques for something that you already do, or maybe you are wanting to actually learn something new, I mean, why not? It is the perfect time to learn something new. Then Skillshare is the perfect place for you. They offer classes on photography, crafting, video production, cooking, you name it. They've got a class for it. I'm telling y'all, seriously. I'm actually taking the hand lettering classes and I love it. I love that I can do it at my convenience on my schedule. I also love that I'm doing something for me, something that I can be proud of. So y'all be sure and go check them out because for my first 1,000 subscribers, they are offering a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership. After that, it's only like $10 a month for you to continue to take these classes. So it is a win-win all the way around. You will learn something new and be a part of a community. I mean, this is just perfect, especially for right now, this day and time. The world is just yucky that we're in. So go take a class, enjoy yourself, encourage yourself, be around others that are going to encourage you. But definitely check this out, y'all. All right. Let's jump right back in. So DIY number 2. Okay, so for this one, I have got 3 of the foam glitter hearts from the Dollar Tree. I've got some ribbon that came from Walmart. I have got some burlap that came from burlapfabric.com. I've got the red and the tan. And then I have got a tag here that came from the Dollar General. Now, I'm going to take those hearts and just take them apart. But when I took off this smallest heart on the very first one, it like pulled off that point that is part of the heart. So I actually had to like rig it a little bit to make it stay on. But anyways, so from that point on, well, I actually tried on the second one too to get it out because I thought, well, maybe it was just that first one and the glue was stuck or something. But because it should have been super simple to pull out, but it wasn't. It pulled out like literally part of the foam. So I just snipped it with my scissors, cleaned it all up, got them ready. Now I'm going to be taking Cashew Waverly chalk paint and also the Crimson Waverly chalk paint. And I'm just going to paint these hearts. Now, I do give them a super heavy coat. I just did one coat because we're going to be covering them anyways, but I didn't want any of the glitter to show through because we're going to be using that burlap and stuff. And so I was like, I better paint them first. So I did the cashew on 2 of them. And we're going to put the tan and the buffalo check over those 2. And then this red one, well, obviously, we're going to put the red burlap. So anyways, now this burlap, look, it's frayed out already, y'all. It's so stinking nice. Like, this is good stuff right here for real. Don't forget to check out that description in the Don't forget to check out that link in the description box because they've got their prices are so cheap. I couldn't believe it when I got on their site. I mean, it's definitely, if you craft a lot or you use a lot of burlap or fabric or anything, definitely check them out, y'all. All right. Now I added some hot glue to the back there, kind of smeared it in a little bit because I knew it was going to squish up through that burlap, and I burnt the poo out of my finger. So I do get out my little makeup dewy here. It's like a silicone makeup brush that actually was sent to me with that blue mat, matter of fact, and used it the rest of the time. But I would just add a little hot glue, and then I'm going to start wrapping this dude all the way around it. I just cut off where it wasn't too much for me to have to pull through there each time, you know. I just kind of eyed it and cut it. But I just wrapped this dude up all the way around it. When I got to the end of where that burlap was, I just glued it down, held it down there for a minute, and started in with another piece. Super, super simple, y'all. And these are so stinking cute. Like, I'm obsessed with these hearts now. Seriously. All right. So, and you can do anything with them. I mean, when you see these in the end, you're going to know what I'm talking about. But you could literally put these anywhere when we're done with these. But like I said, I just took that burlap, wrapped this heart up. When I get to the end of this part, you're going to be shocked because look, once again, boom, it was just enough. And if y'all were noticing earlier or even paid attention at all, I didn't measure any of that. I just cut it off. And then dang, if it was not perfect. Anyway, so covered that one with the burlap. I did have to snip a little, here and there, like where it was frayed, just to make sure that it kept the shape of the heart and wasn't, wonky looking or whatever. But wrapped the other one, same exact way. I didn't figure I needed to see it twice. I just did that tan burlap. I took that buffalo check, did the same exact thing with it, just wrapped it up. Super, super simple, y'all. And they are, they're just awesome. Check them out. You could put these anywhere. Alrighty, moving right along, DIY number 3. Okay, so for this one, I've got these 2 little house-looking things that I got from the Dollar Tree, and then that other little green one came from the Family Dollar. I've got chalkboard paint that came from Dollar General Store, along with this little beaded garlands, got that heart on the end. That came from the Dollar General also for $1, y'all. Ain't that cute? All right, so I took the back off of the one that was already black. I painted the green one with my black chalkboard paint. I'm going to take some scrapbook paper from Hobby Lobby, and that I'm going to Mod Podge that actually to the front of that little house, the part that we pulled off the back. And I lost the footage to that, y'all. I'm so sorry, but I did Mod Podge that to there and then cut it off. So once I got that done, I wanted to cover up this hole that was in the top of that house, like on the roof part of it. So I took some popsicle sticks, cut one off, measured it. I just laid it up there and kind of eyed it, y'all, and cut it. I made a little snip that I could make, and then I wanted it longer. So I wanted it to actually hang off the edge of the house. So the next one I cut it just a little bit longer than the first one I cut because the first one was like perfect. So once I got those cut, I cut 6 of those. So 3 for each side. I'm taking my antique wax by Waverly, and I'm just painting, well, actually, I painted the front, back, and sides, but I didn't actually have to paint the back because it's going to be glued down. But I didn't think about that till I'd already painted them all, so whatever. But technically, you only have to paint the front and the sides of this. Now, once I got them painted, everything's dried. I took my hot glue, ran it across the edge of there. I took the tip of that hot glue gun and kind of smeared it in a little bit. Trying to keep from making this like push up out of there so that I wouldn't have much to clean up. I just added the middle one first. That way I knew, you know, how much room I needed on each side. If you've got that middle one first, then you're going to have perfect proportions. So I just added the middle one, did the same thing to the other side. This was so simple, y'all, and this is really, really cute. This is like perfect for a tiered tray or something. So, all right, now, once I got that done, I'm taking, we're going to take that beaded garland, and I'm just going to snip off the heart. All I want of it is the heart. I mean, now I'm going to keep the beads, obviously, because I can definitely use those, but all we're using today is the heart. So I just took some hot glue, put it around the edge of this heart, and then pop that dude on there. So simple. That's so perfect for a tiered tray, y'all. Oh my goodness. Too stinking cute. All right, now I took some twine and I actually cut me off a little bit. And this is like four ply twine, 3 ply, something like that. But anyways, I just peeled it apart until I got one ply of it. I just wanted one single strand of it. Now I took that and wrapped it around my fingers, and I'm just going to do like a little bow. I'm actually just going to cut off another little strand, tuck it in between my first 2 fingers, and then tie a knot is all I'm doing. Super simple, super, super simple, y'all. I just tied a knot. Only thing is, and you'll see here in just a second, when I get it up there, it's just too much. It's covering up the U. I mean, I don't know. It's just way too much bow for this little bitty thing. So I tried a little harder, cut off the part that was hanging on the bottom, tried again, negative. That looks silly. So what I decided to do was just take 2 pieces of it, tie a regular, just simple shoestring bow. To me, that makes it that much more farmhouse. It's super simple, and actually the knot that was in this bow was just big enough to cover that hole. So that worked out perfectly. So I just put that tiny bow at the top. Now, I've got this bag of garland from the Dollar General store, $2.50. It had some fabric hearts in it. So I'm actually going to, well, I had to glue down my paper because the Mod Podge just wasn't holding it. But what I did was, and I know I could use a glue stick or something, but anyway, so I took that heart, hot glued it down, popped that back right back on there, and these are done. How stinking cute are those? For real, y'all. All right, it's time for the final reveal, and I hope that y'all enjoy these just as much as I do. y'all. So that was it for today. I hope that y'all have enjoyed these DIYs. I know that I am having a blast doing this. I love Valentine's. It's just it's like the sweetest time of the year. So I love it. I hope that y'all have enjoyed these. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to share this with your friends and family. Definitely subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so that you will know each time I upload a new video. All right, that's it for today, and y'all have a blessed day.